Okay, welcome back. We're at our third and final note section, and on this one we've actually got four problems to show on this one, but we're going to go through them fairly quickly. Now you can see from the top we are finding the unit rate, okay, which requires that at the end that you write the answers a certain way. Okay, so remember, unit rate it has to be over 1. So whatever your fraction ends up being, it has to be over 1. Okay, so let's go through a couple examples. So example number 1. Okay, say we start out with 180 miles. Okay, and we put that over 3 hours. Okay, so essentially what we're talking about is someone travels 180 miles and it takes them 3 hours to do it. And we want to make that a unit rate, which means we've got to have a 1 on bottom. Okay, so again, what I'm going to do is write that without the units in there so that I don't have those in the way for right now. So I'll rewrite it as 180 over 3. And now, we've done this before, it's simply simplifying it. You know, we're getting a 1 on the bottom, which is easy because we just have to divide the bottom by whatever it is, and do the same thing with the top. So let me switch to red so you can see the work that I'm doing to it. So because that's a 3, we'll divide by 3. And we're going to do the same thing with the top here. Okay. And again, 3 divided by 3 gives us 1, which is what we're searching for to start out with, so we can have our unit rate. And then on the top, what we have is 180 divided by 3. And if you put that into a calculator, or if you know it in your head, you're going to come out to 60. Okay, so we have 60 over 1, which is a unit rate because there is a 1 on the bottom. And we need to put our units back in there, so that's 60 miles for every hour. Okay, so that would be your answer. Okay, so very simple thing to do. We're just making something into a unit rate. Okay, so let's go on to our next example. Go back to white to show our original problem. And let's talk about money this time. So let's say that it's going to cost $9.60. I'll put the dollar sign up over there. Okay, for 4 pounds. Okay, so we need that to be a unit rate. So again, I'm just going to write it without the units. So 9.60 over 4. Okay, and actually. Let's change the color again. Okay, so we need that 4 to be a 1, so just divide by whatever that number is. Okay, so it'll be a 4 this time. Okay, and let me erase that 1 mark in there. I actually didn't mean to put it in there. Okay. Okay, so we're going to divide this by 4 too. Okay, and that's going to give us a new fraction. That's going to give us our 1 on bottom. 4 divided by 4 is 1. And then all we have to do is divide 9.60 by 4, and that's going to give you 2.4. Alright, and let's put our values, our units back in there. So the top was dollars, and the bottom was per pound. Okay, so it's 2.4 per pound. And so that's really the answer. And I forgot to do it on the first one, but when you write this, you can write it as $2.40 per pound. Okay, get the dollar sign in there. And this one, of course, is 60 miles per hour. Okay, so this is the actual answer when you're finding the unit rate that I'd like you to put down for right now. Okay, this one also works, but I want you to get used to the per pound or the per hour way to write it out also. Okay, let's get our third one in here, and I'll move it up so again everyone can see it. Okay, third example today is let's try, how about 297 and let's say words. And we're going to put that over, let's say they can do it in 5.5 minutes. Okay, So let's look at that without the units. And so 297 over 5.5. Okay. And I'll switch to red so you can see what I'm doing to it. Again, I want the bottom to be a 1, so it's a unit rate. So I'll just divide by 5.5. And so I do that to the top too. And 5.5 divided by 5.5, which is 1, which was the goal. And 297 up here divided by 5.5 is going to give us 54. So that's our unit rate, 54 for every 1. So let's put our units back in there. So that's 54 words per minute. Okay, and again, you could write that as 54 words per minute. Okay. Okay, and let's go ahead. Yeah, let's put a couple more in here, and that way we'll finish out our notes completely, and then have you time to do the last 4 questions. Okay. Okay, so on this one, we're going to say we have 13.5 servings, and we're going to put that over 3 packages. Okay, so what that's saying is that for 3 packages, it serves 13.5 people, I guess. So again, let's do it without the units. So say 13.5 over 3, and we're going to jump right back in there, and to get that to be a 1, divide it by itself. So divide the top by 3 also. Okay, and again that becomes 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and then 13.5 divided by 3 gives you 4.5. Okay, put our units back in there. So that's 4.5 servings, and that's per package. So you can think of that as anything. You can say that 1 package of, let's say, a pizza or something that you buy at the superstore will serve 4.5 people. So 4 people get a full serving, and somebody gets half a serving, I guess. Okay, and again, you can write that as 4.5 servings per package. Okay. Alright, and the last one is we're actually going to pull it from a table. Okay, so that's why I wanted to include this one in here, because it's going to probably take the longest. Most of it is just going to be me trying to set up this table for you real quick. Okay, so you have a quick pause while I set up this table. Okay, and I'll cheat again. I'll use the tool so it's a little bit quicker. Okay, so on this, let's switch to, I haven't used orange yet. Let's use orange. Okay, so again, we'll put packages, or package, and then I'll put servings. Okay, so serving, and we'll say 3, so 3 packages, 6 packages, and 12 packages, and 13.5 servings. 27 servings, and 12, we'll say 54 servings. Okay, so, and actually that's not 5. I'm not sure why I put that. The reason I wanted to put that is that this was originally part of the problem, and I forgot to put the table up there. But what it was asking you to do is from this table down here, come up with a ratio, which is this one right here, and then go and reduce that down to the unit ratio here or here. Okay, so and again, all you're doing is pulling the lowest 2 numbers and using those as your numbers up here. Okay, so that'll do it for the notes today, and you're going to have 4 more questions. So 6, 7, 8, and 9, and that'll wrap up your stuff for today. So let's get that stuff in, and it's turned out to be a pretty good Thursday. So thank you guys, and we'll get started with the last section of our homework.